Hello, I'm Cosmic Jack. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Wanted to come here and give you a little bit of an energetic update in between these two eclipses, because a lot is going on, a lot is happening, a lot is shifting very rapidly. And it's really important that you navigate this effectively so that the new codes, the new timeline, the new up level can fully ground in and land. This eclipse in Pisces was really kind of like a death of like the old version of you. That's like the best way I can put it. And it's really just kind of like accepting and allowing things to be the way that they were. Because one of the things that happens when you up level and you reach new levels and you integrate new timelines is the past kind of comes back up and greets you and is like, remember how embarrassing and mortifying it used to be? And it's like, you're just like reflected so much, even just with like people, like the people you used to be in alignment with. And it can be like a little cringy, let's be honest. And so if any of that is happening, like the past kind of coming back in, even just like I've run into so many old people, like people from my past. And I'm just like, oh, right. Like it was so funny. I'm just going to give this as an example because I ran into my neighbor this morning and it was like, I didn't even see like my old neighbor when I lived in my old apartment. And it was like, I literally didn't even see him like walking, and he like stopped me and he was like, Jack. And I was like, oh my God, I like literally didn't even see you, because it was just like, we were like, I was neighbors with him when I was like on a totally different timeline. And so it was like the energy has now shifted, and it's like our frequencies are so different. My frequency is so different than what it used to be. It was like I was existing in a different reality. And it was like just so interesting to me, because I was just like, wow, like that shows you how much you've grown, that you didn't even see this person. Like, and not in like I'm better than you way. It was just like, it really showed me where my like energy used to be back then. And that's really kind of the energy. It's like these things are coming in to really show you your growth and really show you what you used to be in alignment with. And that really is what puts you in a state of gratitude, is like when you can look back and you can actually measure your growth and really accept and allow and be grateful for yourself and all that you've moved through, because it's taken a lot of hard work to get to this place where you're this naturally high frequency being and really in service to a greater energy than yourself, right? Which is what Pisces is about. Pisces is about selfless service. It's about compassion. It is about wholeness. It's about understanding. It is about freeing yourself from your past. It's really about self-reflection. It's about meditation. It's surrendering to a higher power and really just being like kind of like the kumbaya, like the master who like sits on the meditation pillow and gets the codes, but then goes and shares it all, right? And is like really like recognizes like the spiritualness and everything, like recognizes the signs, right? Recognizes the connection to nature, really recognizes the subtleties in your reality, right? It's like, oh no, that wasn't a coincidence that you ran into that person. Oh no, that like dolphin you saw on your walk wasn't a coincidence, it was a message, right? And really kind of connecting to the fact that like really like life is kind of a beautiful magical game and blessing like that. And this is like something I always say. I was like, when you clear your channel and become intuitive, like there's nothing more fun on the planet than being intuitive, like for sure. Like there is truly nothing more fun than being in sync with the divine synchronicities of the planet, because when like the veil gets lifted, you really see how magical this earthly experience is. And it's like the other side is always communicating with you. And it's like when you actually can be in tune and see it and recognize it and acknowledge it, you really recognize like how powerful you are as a creator. And that's really what this energy right now is like transitioning you into. It's really like this like spiritual death and this rebirth of like the old ways of doing things when you were really existing from your wounds and your patterns and your childhood, and just like this really 3D kind of plane of existence, right? And of course the 3D is important. We're here to live 3D lives and realities, but when you're connected to the other side, it makes the 3D reality a whole lot more fun, a whole lot more magical. And you can actually then just really be a powerful creator because you're connected to the cheat codes through your cosmic channel, right? And so what happens now as you move forward, it's like these activations are, pummeling and penetrating your physical body. And I know a lot of people really tired with this eclipse. I know I was releasing a lot. Mars in Cancer is definitely having us release a lot of emotions because your body holds on to your past, right? It's like your mind's in your future, the body's in the past. And so in order to fully anchor in this new identity, this new reality for yourself, it's like the energy just had to be moved out of your body. And when you can release darker, denser emotions and energy, then you naturally can hold more light. And in order to be more, intuitive and spiritual and connected, and so your body has to hold more light. And that's really how you part of being a cosmic channel. That's why the body is so important, to become more intuitive and to really manifest the life you want, because your body will always hold on to what is safe and familiar and comfortable. And so you have to know how to work with your body in order to become an energetic alignment, right? The law of resonance, law of vibration. You've got to be a match to this new level, right? And so it's like your body has to come with you, but your body is slow. And so give your body a lot of love and tenderness and care, and really nurture your body during this time, because it's like, even though it might not feel like it or seem like it, you're really getting upgraded physically. And two, I'm seeing so many people's like spiritual gifts like coming online, and that really is a result of you like really anchoring in your divine masculine. Just like a big theme that I'm seeing with myself, with my friends, in my readings. Like I had a lot of readings in the past 2 weeks with people with Mars retrograde in their chart, right? And so that's one of my favorite things about being an astrologer, is like being really in tune with the patterns. And it's like, right, because on the other side of them anchoring in their masculine, it's like their whole chart opens up and comes into balance, and then they can be an authentic expression. And what happens if there's imbalances in your chart, it manifests in your body, which it was for these people. And especially too, not being able to ground and regulate your nervous system. Your Mars is super important for that, to actually have an emotional container for yourself, so that you're not acting out from your wounded feminine, right? The victim, helpless, hopeless, overly emotional energy, right? And really be able to move that through your body by having that container and that groundedness of your masculine. Because the masculine is really what gives you the safety, the security, the support, and really gives you that reassurance and that I don't want to say nurturance, but like really like gives you the confidence and the backing that like you're being taken care of, because like you got you. And so that's really important, because when you can anchor in your grounded masculine, it really heals the wounded feminine, and then your divine feminine naturally will be expressed and exuded through your heart. And I always say you never have to do any work on your feminine. You do the work to heal the wounded feminine, and then by healing the wounded feminine, you actually ground in your masculine, which then immediately pops off the feminine, right? Because when you feel safe with yourself, when you feel safe in your body, when you feel good with you, your feminine will naturally come out and express. And so really pay attention to the people who are in and around you that are safe spaces, because they naturally get your feminine energy, and that they're showing you actually how you can show up and take care of and provide for yourself. I've really learned that in like some of my relationships. I'm like, how they show up for you is how you need to just show up for yourself. And then once I did that, I was just like, oh right, like the feminine was just like popped right in, right? And the feminine was just like, hi, hello, I've been here this whole time. Right? She was just like hiding because like the masculine, she didn't feel safe because the masculine wasn't anchored in. And so really what we're being asked to do right now is really anchor in our masculine in new ways, because our relationships are getting recalibrated and realigned. And definitely go back and watch my other my Eclipse channel that I posted, I think, last week, because that really talks about like that inner recalibration that needs to take place for your outer relationships to reflect that. But what's happening right now is really like this inner union between your inner masculine and your inner feminine. And by grounding in your masculine, your feminine will immediately soften and really allow her to be free. And that's a big theme in this eclipse window, because we're, it's like the windows in between, as they say, between the two eclipses, which is where like the divine magic and synchronicities are unfolding. And you just gotta have like open palm to your life and really just allow the universe to show you what is and what isn't not in alignment, and really what you got to do to back yourself and support yourself and to recalibrate yourself with you, is like the Venus is now getting spotlit. Your Venus is now getting spotlit because Venus is going on a journey. She is now in Libra, but then she was just opposing Chiron with this eclipse. So Chiron is the wounded healer. So it's just like healing your feminine energy. She will square Pluto, who is now back in Capricorn. So finishing out any lessons around, the relationships that are here to really support you and fulfill you and have a lot of success with Capricorn. And Capricorn wants what's serious. So it's like time to actually to get serious about what you want, what you desire, right? And really make a plan about how that's going to happen, and look about how your relationships are either supporting you or they're not. And then rethinking them accordingly. And then she will enter Scorpio, which I always call Scorpio like the imprinter. If you've ever seen Twilight, right? Like Jacob, how he like imprinted on Bella. I'm like, that's very Scorpio, right? And so there's probably going to be a lot of people, once you unlock that feminine, that are going to be hunting you because they see your light pole, right? Like call it like the beam pole. Because every night I look out I sit out on my balcony and I look at the Aston Martin beam pole that goes like however far up into the sky, and I'm like, the planes can see it, everything can see it, lights up the whole sky, right? And that is your feminine pole. And so everyone's gonna see that light and everyone's gonna want a piece of it. And so you really need your masculine to have really strong boundaries for that light and to really raise your standards, because you're new, you're brand new, and like the standards of what it's required of you is now different. And so everyone in your life now has to meet this new standard and this new version of you. And you have to adhere to your own standards and your own boundaries and really hold yourself to a higher standard now, and really see your own value and really see yourself in your divinity and really see yourself as like the magical being and creator that you are. Yeah. And really like, women, we are so divine. We are so powerful, right? And it's like really connecting back to like, holy shit, like my energy is like the most magical thing on the planet. And like, do I treat myself accordingly? Do I act that way? Do I behave that way? Do I act as if like I am the best, like not in an egotistical way, but really just being grounded in your heart, and that you can like beautify and like everything that you touch, because the divine feminine woman lights up everything around her, right? And that frequency is super important to protect, right? Because it's like, it just softens everything it touches, right? It makes everything come to life. Think of what the sun does for Earth. Like that's feminine energy, right? And so it's like, are you really grounded in that value in yourself? And so it's really important to have this kind of like, again, like internal balance, because really things are going to be moving really fast. really fast. Like the energy is going to be popping and going to be moving, and it's like you're literally going to like meet someone and then like all of a sudden now you're in a relationship for the rest of your life. Like that's just kind of the energy. Or it's like you thought you were going to be with this person forever, and then all of a sudden your energy shifted and they just like dissolve out of thin air, right? And it's like, that's just the energy, because it's like things are getting picked up, things are shifting and moving so fast, and people really need to be in alignment. And like, so the universe is just like, there's like this 3D reality that's playing out, and there's this 5D reality that's playing out, and it's like, which one are you choosing? And you need to commit and decide to your highest timeline. And you do that by, again, being really grounded in your masculine and holding your feminine in that high value, and allowing the universe to show you what is in and out of alignment, and really trusting your instincts. Because again, like, people's spiritual gifts are turning online like overnight. Mine are like getting really crazy. Like, I like love freaking myself out with how intuitive I am. And so it's like, but it's too, like, when you are tuned in and connected, like, you're always being guided, and you always have that cheat code. And so it's like, when you can have that inner harmony, that inner balance, it's like you will know, and you can no longer like lie to yourself about like what is working and what is not. And again, it's not judging it or like judging even past versions of yourself. It's in total acceptance and total compassion and love. Like, the feminine has radical acceptance for things, but it's also about surrendering the control, right? Surrendering the control and really trusting that source, universe, God has knows what it's doing, and not trying to control the magic either, because the universe is way more creative than you, way more magical than you could ever, your linear, cute little brain could ever imagine for itself. And so just really trusting like what comes your way, what leaves, and really focusing on trusting in best case scenario and those positive outcomes. So I think it's a really divine and magical time. It feels just like such just like upward ascension journey, and it feels just really powerful. So speaking of power, I just got done leading a reclamation of power, which is all about owning your power as the authority of your life and really anchoring in your powerful identity. Because when you are anchored in your power, you have complete agency and choice and freedom and control over your life. And then you get to choose, like, if what's in your life is what you would choose, right? If you had complete power, total freaking power over your life and your reality, is like, what is in your life, would you choose it? And that is the whole point of like, when you are an empowered person, you can create safety on your own. You're open in your own heart. You can meet your own needs, and then you really can self-actualize and break free of codependency, which is what we're doing with this Libra eclipse. It's like we're breaking free of the reliance on other people, so that we can actually become whole, fulfilled individuals that are really just empowered in who we are and what we're here to do. So we can be just super serious about being on mission. So I will post the link for that in the show notes. Get access to the 4-day masterclass replays. You can also join Cosmic Conduit, which is my 2-part container. It's 2 12-week containers. It's Astrology 101, learning how to read your birth chart, learning the archetypes of the signs, the houses, the planets, and so you know how to read a birth chart, so you're always in alignment. You can understand other people in your life, and really I'll explain like really my specific modalities about how I bridge astrology with the personal development work, and really just the patterns that I see in people's charts in life, and how you can make it 3D applicable. And then the Astrology Mastermind is taking transit astrology so that you can really create change and be grounded in your chart, and like 10x and like explode your birth chart out, 10x your life and your reality, because you're grounded in the power of the cosmos. Because when you know the astrology and you know how to work with the transits, you're always like 10 steps ahead, and you can always see what's coming down the pipeline, so that you always know what's coming and how to navigate it effectively. And it really just brings a lot of groundedness into your body, into your nervous system, that you know exactly what's happening and what's up, because you know the astrology. So if you want to do that, you can join either one, or you can join both for a discounted price, a bundled price. I'm super excited. End the year with astrology as your powerhouse guide. I cannot wait to hold space in that container and teach you all of the things that I've been mastering for over a decade now, which feels so wild. to say. So, happy eclipsing. Eclipses will eclipse things in and out of your life. So really trust and surrender, and get excited about all of the magic that is unfolding. Also a really powerful time to book a reading if you would like specific clarity on what's coming up for you so that you can really navigate it. My readings have been next level lately. Like, I am obsessed with the magic and the powerful women that are really stepping into their purpose and their power in really deep, inspiring ways. And so if you really want that guidance and you want that clarity and to have like leverage over your life right now, highly recommend booking a one-on-one session. They've been so freaking good. I'm obsessed. So sending you lots of love, happy eclipsing, and I'll see you on the next one.